Slightly later version of my daily reflection on day 4 of my flight instructor course. I'm just back from having dinner with a couple of fellow pilots. And interestingly, I've learned just as much about flying this evening as I have throughout most of today. And today's been a really challenging day. As I started out looking forward this morning, the weather was always going to be a challenge. Well, it certainly lived up to that. Both myself and my fellow course student both had some really interesting moments today where we understood our capabilities, our limitations, and really understood those boundaries in what was some gusty weather. Some absolutely fabulous learning. Today's exercise was exercise 6, straight and level flight. Doesn't sound like there's an awful lot in it, but actually a really complex lesson to prepare, teach well, and deliver effectively in the air so that students get a really good kind of level of understanding. Some highlights today, some once again great feedback from both myself and my fellow course students' board briefs. They went really well. Our air exercises, put my teeth back in, also went equally well. But there was, as always, a couple of lowlights. So my lowlight today, my short field takeoff in gusty conditions out of another neighbouring airfield was perhaps suboptimal. We'll use those words. We're safe, we got out, it all went well, but again, just really drives home that actually, even as a relatively experienced, in inverted commas, pilot with a good couple of 100 hours under my belt now, we still need to practice, we'll still need to refine those things. I haven't taken off from that airfield in a number of months. I haven't taken off from a one-way that's narrow in a couple of months. So lots and lots to learn. My colleague, and I won't name him because I don't want to embarrass him, he had a little bit of a stinker of a landing coming in because the weather was really gusty, got caught into a bit of that ground effect, but ultimately got the aircraft down, got it safe, and great learning. But this evening was really the highlight for me. One thing where I fly, there isn't a huge community of pilots. We work at a busy airfield. We come in, we fly, we go home. Tends to be quite transactional. And one thing that I've really enjoyed being in the airfield where I am at the minute is that kind of sense of community. I was sitting in the base today whilst the rest of the team are out flying, and a gentleman came past, used to have a PPL many moons ago, 80 years young, just wanted to come and have a chat about planes and talk about aircraft and reminisce with some of the kind of old days. Sadly, he told me his wife's got Alzheimer's. She's now in a care home. And he just wanted to come and talk planes, talk about something and bring some normality. And it was actually really nice to just have that conversation. And he talked me through about the aircraft that he used to own and how he used to fly. And he went and just literally went and sat in an aircraft and just did a bit of reminiscing. And that was really nice. But this evening, great to go out and celebrate one of the other students, or it's actually an instructor, their success in the competency-based IR exam that they've just completed. A massive undertaking. The first student of the flying school here at Sandtoft to pass that CBIR course, and it was really interesting to see how they managed it and what their experience was. So that was great. But like I said, the real highlight for me, just out having a bit of dinner, having a bit of chat, talking some war stories. I learned about aviation from that because we've all got stories, we've all got lived experience, and actually by sharing that experience we can really learn from each other. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these kind of daily blogs, because actually we can all learn stuff. I want to finish up with a thank you. Thank you to everybody that replied back to my question this morning of what do you think I should do with my long brief. Some really good suggestions have come forward. I'm still undecided as to what I want to do for that long brief. Has to be something interesting, has to be something engaging, and because it's me and I like to be a little bit different, has to be something that's not standard and run of the mill. Some great suggestions came through, like partial power loss. I mean, that's really the vogue thing in the PPL syllabus at the moment, is making sure that students and people on recurrency checks understand that partial power loss stuff. So I feel like that's been done to death a little bit in the formal setting. But again, some great bits, suggestion around covering how to avoid inadvertent flight into IMC and recovery from that, how to avoid controlled flight into terrain. Again, Loads of excellent suggestions. I've now got more things spinning around in my head that I might want to do than I had this morning. But thank you. Please do keep the suggestions coming, and I'll let you know what it is I've ultimately decided. Anyway, day 5 tomorrow, and the last day of week 1. We got to the weekend off, which is a bit of a bonus. It means I can go home and see my family, which is an advantage. Looking forward to tomorrow, but equally looking forward to getting home and having a little bit of a break. I don't think it's unfair to say that the flight instructor course certainly tests you mentally, and it's been quite fatiguing. So I'm looking forward to that rest and relaxation. Join me tomorrow for day 5, and hopefully the weather's a little bit better than it was today. Thanks for following along. Speak to you soon.